Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, is the slide visible to you?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, okay. As we discussed yesterday, the main aim of preschool education is the all-round development of the personality. So, for this, different type of activities should be organized in preschools. So, today we will discuss about block 3, that is content come output in preschool education, in which the unit 9 is activity come output schedules. Next unit is institutional goals, structure, staff, timing and institutional climate. Next is activities for developing learning outcomes. Next unit is learning readiness, acceleration activities for school entrance, balancing work and play. So, through these different activities, the main aim of to develop the personality of preschool education students. NCRT, that is National Council of Educational Research and Training, suggested the some activities for a preschool child. The first activity is pushing, throwing, paddling, crawling, jumping, sliding, swinging. For this, the required material is balls, tricycles, slides, swings, seesaw, etc. The second activity is walking, hopping, skipping. For this, the required material is skipping rope. Next activity is sand play. Required material is sand tray, sandbox, toys. Next activity is constructional play. Required material is building blocks. Next is doll's house play. Doll's house, loud material. Next activity is clay modeling, clay dough. Next is drawing, paper, pencil, etc. Next activity is bead stringing. Required material is beads and strings. Next is water play. Material is tub for water and floating toys. Next activity is hammering. Hammer nails pieces of wood. Next activity is imaginative play. Odds and ends of imaginative play. Interpreting pictures, picture books and scrapbooks. Next activity is gardening. Required material is tools for digging earth, watering plants, etc. Now, some practical life activities. The first activity, cleaning face, hands, teeth, and other body parts. The required material is soap, water, brush, paste, towel, tongue cleaner. In this, the next activity is dressing, undressing. Required material is a set of clothes. Next activity is buttoning and lacing. Required material is buttoning and lacing frame. Next activity is combing hair. Required material is a comb. Next is using a handkerchief and washing it. Required material is handkerchief, soap and water. Cleaning and polishing shoes. Required material is polish, brush, shoes and piece of cloth. Next activities, opening and closing doors and boxes. Required material is boxes. Next is proper eating, sitting, walking, breathing and drinking. Required material is water and food. Now, motor development activities. Some motor development activities are pouring liquids. Required material is glasses and water. Next is chopping vegetables and fruits. Required material is knife, vegetables and fruits. Next activity is arranging flowers in a pot or vase. Required material is flowers, vase and pots. Next is sweeping and cleaning floor. Required material is broom and rags. Next is folding clothes. Required material is clothes. Next is putting things in order. Required material is few things. Next activities for language development. In this regard, some activities are conversation. Required material is topics. Second is recitation of nursery rhymes and singing of song. Required material is nursery rhyme book and musical instrument. Next activity is storytelling. Required material is storybooks. Next is dramatics. Required material is drama book. Next is puppetry. Required material is puppet theatre, puppets, etc. Next is listening to recorded programs. Required material is gramophone records, tape records, tapes. Next is weaving film and film strips. Required material is projector, film strip. Next is excursion and visits to museum, zoos, exhibitions. Required material is card, picture books, scrapbooks, etc. Next activity is developing readiness and beginning reading. Required material is alphabetical letters or cards, vocabulary cards, reading materials. So these are the activities for language development. Now, the activities for mathematical concepts. The first is naming units of quantities. The required material is things from the environment, numerical rods. The second is recognizing numerical symbols. Required material is wooden or plastic numerical symbols. Next is associating symbols with quantities using cards. Required material is objects and cards. Next is understanding the meaning of zero. For this, required material is card. Next activity is knowing odd and even numbers, actual objects and cards. Naming and recognizing coins. Required material is coins of different values, like 1 rupees, 2 rupees. Next is knowing names of geometrical shapes and recognizing them. Required material is geometrical shapes. Knowing different measures like kilo, meter, hour, liter. The required material are weight, measuring tapes, half-liter bottles, etc. Names of days and months. Required material is calendar. So, these are the activities related to mathematics. Next is activities for science concepts. Liter, petrol. Required material is bag for liter, gloves, stick with pointed end. Glitter shapes, construction paper, glue, glitter or colorful creative salt. Floor tinting, clear glass or vase. Water, food coloring, white carnation or daisy. Next activity is leaf print, paper, different types of leaves, paint or crayons. Next is nature walk. Required material are bag, towel, iron, wax paper, things from nature, imagination. Next is sweet potato, toothpicks, glass of water, string. Next activity is fun with animal sounds, paper, pencil, markers or crayons. Next activity is butterfly art. For this, the requirement material are card, stock paper, smallest cell noodles, purely noodles, medium cell noodles, bow tie, pasta, glue. Next is soap, wishing experiment, cooking oil, water, dishwashing liquid. Next activity is salt solution, evaporation experiment. For this, salt, small bowl, plastic wrap, warm water, teaspoon. Next is making bubbles, dish soap, cup water, glycerin. Next activity is sugar crystallization and evaporation. For this, the required material is spoon sugar, spoons water, food coloring, a small bowl and saucer. Next activity is dyeing out experiment, small cloth, small plastic bag and tape or Ziploc bag or plate. Growing plants, seeds, shallow dish of water, planters, potting soil. Now some aesthetic and creative activities. In this section, some activities are cutting and pasting. For this, required materials are scissors, gums, picture, glazed papers, albums. Next activity is paper folding. For this, the required material is paper, scissors. Next toy making out of waste materials like bottle tops, shells, nuts, etc. Clay modeling, clay, drawing and painting. For this, the required materials are pencil, rubber, colors, brushes, drawing boards, etc. Music, musical instrument. Next activity is dancing, bells, costume, makeup, materials, dramatics, theatre, puppetry. Required materials are puppets, theatre, accessories. Next activity, visits to exhibitions, transport facilities. Next is display of beautiful things in a cover, beautiful things, display board, shelves, etc. So, these are the different types of activities for the all-round development of the student. Now, large group preschool activities. Group activities promote social skill and better interpersonal relationship. Some activities are be a meteorologist, weather helper, the man in the moon, jolly jump up, no lose musical chair, circle time song. The first is be a meteorologist. The topic for discussion is weather, and with this activity encourage the preschoolers to learn about the weather. And for this activity, the materials required white, blue, black, grey and yellow paper and Velcro. A map of your village, a square, circle or oval is drawn on a sheet of paper. Make paper cut out of a white cloud, a black cloud, a blue sky, a sun and raindrops. Put a piece of Velcro behind each cut outs. Let the children use the cut outs to show the daily weather. This activity leads to discussion on weather and what to wear that day. The second activity is weather helper. This activity helps the children to learn about weather and increases their language development. For this, the material required pictures of the sun, clouds, rain and snow. During circle time, form a circle and have a weather helper go and look outside of the window to see the weather outside. Form a circle and the one child, the weather helper, go and look outside to check the weather. Then he points to one of the picture. They identify the picture, for the example, and raining, cloud, and ask the weather maker a question: is it raining outside? Continue this with the other pictures. Children to love this game and get activity involved in question and answer routine. Through this activity, the child learns about different weather conditions, and through questions and answers, the child develops language. So, this is the language development activity. Now, the man in the moon. The children have fun and learn about color and part of the body as they participate in this preschool activity. For this, a whiteboard or chalkboard and colored marker or chalk. A large circle is drawn on the paper. Tell the preschoolers that we are going to make a man in the moon. Ask the children to give the man a name. Sing some song. There was a man in the moon, in the moon, in the moon. There was a man in the moon, and his name was. Ask each child to give a name for the man and draw the body part you asked. They may use different color. Continue singing the song. His eyes were made the blackberry. His nose was made of a green pickle. Continue till all the body parts have been drama. Finishing the song. The children love this activity. There are many variations, and this can help the young students learn not only the body parts but also their colors. The next activity is Jolly Jump Up. This interesting preschool activity helps youngest with numbers, shapes and alphabets. For this, the required material is index card, black marker and clear contact paper. Prepare index card of numbers, shapes or alphabets. Use these cards during circle time. Show the card and ask the children to call out what is written. Tell them that when they hear Jolly Jump, they have to get up and jump till they are asked to sit. It is a good way to get the preschoolers to move about, and it is also a good way to reinforce numbers, shapes and alphabets. The next activity is no use musical chair. Preschool children use large motor skill and participate in a group game in which everyone wins during this large group activity. For this, the required material is chair and music. This is a large group activity for the preschoolers to develop large motor skill. Line chair equal to the number of students. Play the same old musical chair game, but here we don't remove any chairs. The children love it. This game encourages group participation and help develop gross motor skills. So, for such type of activities, we can develop the motor skills in students. Next is circle time song. This song can be used at the beginning of the circle time. For this, required material is puppet or stuffed animals. This song is sung at the beginning of the circle time. Everybody do this, do this, do this. Everybody do this just like me. This may be clapping your hands to stamping your feet. The teacher can use the puppet to demonstrate the action. The children enjoy being led by a puppet. This interesting group activity helps the children to develop the skill of imitating. Now, outdoor preschool activities. Beside play and games outdoors, the teacher can take a walk with them and help them experience and develop different concepts. Few such activities are observation with walk, outdoor bug hunt, counting a silly walk. The first is observation with walk. Walk with the children, 2 or 3 them at a time, and as you walk, ask them to look at the other and then ask them to tell how these people are moving, walking, jogging, running, driving a car or bike, etc. While walking with the children, the teacher asks them to tell the things which are living, such as plants, trees, animals, etc. Teacher can ask questions like, do cars grow? Do stones grow? The second is outdoor bug hunt. Teacher provides the student with a magnifying glass and go outdoor to hunt for bugs. Ask your children to look at the bugs carefully and tell you what he or she sees. The teacher can also ask the children to count how many bugs they see. The next activity is counting a silly walk. The teacher walks with the children and asks them to make up some silly steps. For example, take 2 large steps and 3 tiny steps, counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. as they move. Thus they learn to count together. So these are the outdoor preschool activities. The institutional goals. Now the institutional goals. The major institutional goals include developing specific skills, the social and interpersonal skills, language and literacy skills, character education, moral education, learning healthy habits, and learning about music and art. Another important skill the preschool education must focus on is to develop a skill of independence as it helps the children possess the confidence they need to be good achievers and school activities. Special attention should also be focused on the development of life skill in the children. Skill like love and obedience, helping and working, humility and forgiveness need to be developed for which a child-friendly environment has to be created. It is equally important that parents and teachers serve as role models. The institution must foster in children love for learning. Another significant goal is to develop a skill of independence. Special attention should also be given on the development of life skill in children. Next, the institutional structure. An institutional structure refers to an organization complex system of mutually connected and dependent elements or parts which are arranged in a definite manner. Types of schools providing preschool education are kindergarten, nursery school, daycare school, Anganwadis, Montessori school, etc. Now, a sample preschool structure as you seeing in slide. First is advisory board. Under his the program director and the business manager, and under the program director, the program assistant, educational coordinators, early childhood educators, teacher assistants, and under the business manager, accountant, admission staff, secretary, support staff. Now, teaching staff. As we know that it is through the teachers that the school fulfills its function, and the success or failure of a school is directly due to its staff. It is emphasized that specialized training is required to enable the teachers to deal with the young children intelligently. It is also suggested that the preschool teacher must be women as they possess the ability to deal with the students of that age group most proficiently. She must create an environment in which the children can widen their experiences, try out their skills, follow up their lines of interest, and exercise every muscle in their body and every faculty of their mind. This refers to making a plan of work which links the curriculum with the characteristics of children. The Indian Education Commission, also known as Kothari Education Commission, recommended that the staff of nursery schools be trained. As for the administrator, she should be one of who can integrate the institutional needs of the school and the emotional needs of the children in her planning in order to foster proper development of the child's personality. The teacher must possess a general outlook and good knowledge of the infant school method. The teacher has to prepare an environment for the proper training of the student She has to be the advisor and guide while the children are being trained, and she also has to evaluate both the students' performance as well as her own performance. Now, desirable personal qualities of the teacher. Some of the desirable personal qualities of teacher are: a teacher should be sensitive to child's defects and deficiency so that he knows how to help the child in the right time, manner, and degree. Next is he should be honest and have self-control, patience, and courage. He should have good language. The teacher should be able to get along with people, be intelligent, tactful, and have leadership qualities and be lovable. Now, the timing, daily routine. The daily timetable of a preschool which begins at 9 a.m. and ends at 3 p.m. As you can see in slide. The timing is from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. From 9 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. activities are free play, structured activities, snack, creative opportunities, gross motor activities, and from 10:50 a.m. to 11 a.m. tidy up and books, and from 11 a.m. to 11:25 a.m. routine, cooperative games, music. 11:25 a.m. to 11:50 circle structured activities. 11:50 a.m. to 12 story, and 12 to 12:30 p.m. lunch. 12:30 to 12:50 rest time or quiet activities. 12:50 to 1 p.m. transition activities. 1 p.m. to 12:30 as same as 9 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. but with different activities. From 2:30 to 2:50 p.m. structured activities. 2:50 to 3 stories. Now, the institutional climate. According to most
Excuse me,
institutional,
sir. Excuse me, sir. Sorry to bother you. Sir, what are structured activities?
please repeat.
Sir,
Structure.
you told us na कि 2:30
Yes,
to 2:50 is
yes,
structured
yes,
activities.
yes. Yeah. The
Yes, sir.
structure, the structure activities are those divided into two small groups for the structure activities. These activities are specifically tailored to meet the development needs of the students. Usually these activities are play-based and are enjoyable and help children to develop and progress. They may reinforce an area of specific needs or challenges. The aim of to develop the child. So these are the structured activities. Is it clear?
सर कैन यू एक्सप्लेन मी मतलब ये तो आपने रीड कर दिया बट समझ नहीं आया मुझे इसका
Structure, structured activities like you can say to students, draw the picture of elephant, draw the picture of birds. So such type of activity called the structured activity. Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now the institutional climate. Moose defines school climate as the social atmosphere of a setting or learning environment in which students are provided different experiences depending upon the agenda and priorities set up by the teacher and administrators. The first is relationship, second is personal growth, third is system maintenance. Now, components of school climate. The major components that govern the school climate are as follows. First is safety, next is caring, appearance and physical plant, faculty relations, learning environment, next is the student interactions, next is attitude and culture, next is disciplined environment, next is leadership, next is school community relations. The better the school climate, the better the performance of the school students. This has been proved by studies on the influence of the school climate on school performance. When the school climates are conducive, then the students' achievement level is higher and they have better socio-emotional health. The school which have positive school climate will have their goals achieved. Now, the learning outcomes. Some major learning outcomes are social competencies. The first is social competencies. The second is health targets, values and interests, social attitudes, group adjustment, life skills. The first is social competencies. Social competencies refers to the social, emotional and cognitive skills and behaviors that children need for successful social adaptation. The factors that influence the children's social competence are self-confidence, social awareness, and social skills. The social competence vary with age and the demand of the society. Social skills refer to the child's knowledge of and ability to use a variety of social behavior that are appropriate to a given interpersonal situation and that are pleasing to them. Social skills help children to cope up with the changing social situation and may include his capacity to inhibit egocentric, impulsive, or negative social behavior. The preschool child lacks many of the social skills, and the teacher should try to develop some social skill in children by planning several activities inside and outside the classroom. The second is the health target, and third is values and interest. Next is social attitudes. Next is group adjustment. Next is life skills. Now, strategy for stimulating students' involvement. Some strategies for stimulating students' involvement. Find ways to get students actively involved in the learning process. Relate content objective to students' experiences. Assess the students' interests, hobbies, and extracurricular activities. Occasionally present information and argue position contrary of student assumptions. Support instruction with humor, personal experiences, incidental information, and anecdote that represent the human characteristics. Use divergent questions and brainstorming activities to stimulate active involvement. Vary instructional activities while maintaining curricular focus and structure. Now, criteria for providing activities. General criteria for organizing games and activities for the children. The first is ensure that each child has equal chance to participate and succeed in the game. The game should be in accordance with the age level of the children. The teacher should repeat the rules and regulation of the games 2 or 3 times so that every one understand it. Each game should encourage curiosity and create an urge to explore. Ensure that children initiate the activity of their own. Try to introduce only 1 or 2 concepts at a time. Try to demonstrate the game initially. Keep the game simple and make sure that the instructions are clear. Create situation where cooperative behavior is needed. Don't insist that every child should participate in every game. The teacher should gently encourage them to take part in the activities. Continue to let children experience the joy of playing in their own time. Praise and reward children for cooperative and action and helpfulness. Now, role of play in preschool education. Children learn a lot from books, but it would be far better if they do it in some other ways. There are many reasons for this, and basically it is due to the desire to learn. Children are willing to participate when learning is not perceived as work or burden but as a fun. They like to have a nice time while learning. Parents, teachers, and caretakers should understand this. The more you can teach through play, the more the child is learning, and also the more the child will be able to retain. Although it is necessary to teach some concept in formal way, especially when teaching mathematical facts and figures, surely there are better play methods to do so, which the children will enjoy learning. Now, the role of play in preschool education. Play is valuable for young children as play fosters physical development. Second is it fosters intellectual development. Third is it enhances social development. The first is play fosters physical development. Play fulfills a wide variety of purposes in the life of the child. On a simple level, it promotes the development of sensory motor skill in children. They could spend hours perfecting their abilities in play and increasing the level of difficulty to make it ever-changing, challenging. Children indulge in swimming, climbing, or playing balls, which enhance physical development. Now the second is it fosters intellectual development. It is believed that the imaginative play is one of the purest forms of symbolic thought available to the young children, and it is used permits the child to assimilate reality in terms of his own interest and prior knowledge of the world. Thus, it is evident that imaginative symbolic play contributes strongly to the child's intellectual development. Now, it enhances social development. There is a strong social component in certain kinds of play. Dramatic play involves imitation and may be carried on alone, but the advanced socio-dramatic play entails verbal communication and interaction with 2 or more people. Now, activities to encourage children learn through play. Preschool activities suggested by NCERT, as we discussed earlier. Now, development of creativity. Activities to develop creativity. For example, drawing, painting, model making, constructions, craft, music, dance. So these are the activities related to creativity. The first is drawing. Allow children below 2 years to scribble, draw lines vertical and horizontal, draw multiple lines. Second is painting. Third is model making. It is very useful activity for developing creativity in children. It emerges out of the need for the children to construct something. Next is model making. It is a very useful activity. Next is clay and dough. Most children prefer to experiment with meshing the clay into abstract shapes. We can guide them in manipulating the clay by rolling it onto a ball and letting them tear into pieces and press back together and make different articles. Next is constructions. The preschool children make different things with beads, blocks, crayons, paint, sand, and clay. Most of their constructions are in imitation of what they see in daily life or on the movie and television screen. Next is music. Motivating children to learn is one of the greatest challenges teachers face. Music engages mental and physical activity, which has the potential to develop the specific behavioral, emotional, and academic skills needed for all learning. Other preschool skills like memorizing, counting, rhyming are developed. Through the use of simple instruments and basic memory skills, children could combine what they had learned at school and what they learn at home. We see that music really helps children to express themselves in many different ways. Next is dance. Dancing has great potential for self-expression because it stimulates the child's imagination and offers opportunity for creative movement and emotional release. Moving to music can involve the child's entire body and draw satisfaction, expression of emotions and pleasure that other creative experiences cannot give. Next is some activity have been suggested by NCERT to develop creativity among the preschoolers. Cutting and pasting, paper folding, wire making, clay modeling, music, dancing, visit to exhibitions, drawing and painting. Now the activities for language development. First is conversation. Second is recitation of nursery rhymes, storytelling, dramatics, puppetry. Now, health supervision. Providing healthy food is the crux of healthy living. Pure nutrition underlies the epidemic of obesity in children. As children grow older, parents can allow them some discre- discretion in food choices while keeping the diet within healthy parameters. Children should be guided away from taking frequent snack and food that are high in calories, salt and sugar. To ensure good nutrition for children so that they grow up healthy, they will need to eat a large variety of foods. The amount of foods that they eat is much less important. The best nutrition advice to keep your child healthy includes encouraging him to take variety food, balance
Excuse
the
me,
food.
sir.
G,
Sir, screenshot is not visible.
I think some problem occurs. 1 minute. So, the best nutrition advice to keep your child healthy includes encouraging him to take variety food, balance the food with exercise. Diet should include large amount of grain products, vegetables and fruits. Diet should be low in fat. The diet should have moderate sugars and salt. Diet should have enough calcium and iron. You can also help to promote good nutrition by directing the child to develop healthy eating habits, and regular exercises should also be a regular part of family's life. Parents should be given instruction regarding the importance of nutrition. Preschool age children require about 500 to 800 milligram of calcium each day. The preschoolers requires the variety of food, grain groups, vegetable groups, fruit groups, milk, milk groups, meat or pulse group. Now the basic principle to be observed in eating. Eating should be a pleasure. Make sure that the child has not to wait for food. As soon as the child sits down, food should be served. Eating together should convey a sense of happy family life. There should be time to eat and chat. Eating should make a child independent. It should be a positive experiences. Eating can be a learning experience. Lunch table is the best place for language development. Children can be encouraged to talk about food textures, colors, and more factual information. So today we have discussed the different type of activities. The main aim of such type of activities all round development of the personality of the student. So I think we should end the session now.
Excuse me, sir. Good evening. Sir, can you show the slide of Unit 12?
Please repeat the sentence.
Can you please show the slide of Unit 12?
Yeah, why not?
Sir, it is not visible. Have you shared?
Is it visible to you? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir. It is visible now.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Can you show the slide again? Hmm.
Is it visible?
Yes,
Hello?
slide is visible. Only one topic is there in 12 unit.
Nine. Please see the next slide, please, on screen.
Actually, this role of play school is next unit, na? 14, 13 unit, I think.
No.
Yes, it is the part of 13 unit.
Huh? Okay. I have shown the slide of 12 unit. Okay, some topics are the same in the unit 11, 12. So I think we should end the session now. Okay. Thank you. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Some students asking about the assignment. So please, in this regard, contact to your study center or your regional center. Okay.
Actually, I think there is a landline number represent in the website, and that is not मतलब
What is the issue
available.
about assignment, Shivani?
I don't have issue. Actually, somebody else has any question regarding the
Tell me
assignment.
about the question
Please,
your issue or any question you are facing.
There
please,
is two assignment question
please,
papers in the site with assignment to write.
You can download the assignment question paper from download section on IGNO website. Go to www.igno.ac.in and then go to download section, and there is plenty of assignments available for every course which IGNO is offering. You can download the same from there, the latest one.
And you can tell the project
What
about
about
the
project?
project. मतलब कब तक डिपॉजिट करना है?
See,
At which time?
at eGyan, you might have received a project guideline with your study material. If you have not received it yet, you can download it from eGyan Kosh. Go to IGNO website. There is eGyan Kosh section boldly mentioned there. Download your project guide from there. Your every course have a project guide. Download a project guide. In project guide, everything is mentioned in detail. Then when you have to submit your project, when is the deadline, and everything is mentioned in detail. Still, after reading that project guide, if you have any issue, you can ask those issues in these sessions. But first, please download the project guide and then read those guidelines.
From where we have to download?
Go to IGNO website, igno.ac.in. Then there is
Okay.
eGyan Kosh section, which is boldly mentioned in the on the website. eGyan Kosh. Books are available
Yeah.
there, and with books only, the project guide is also available there. Once you download the project guide, read it thoroughly. In first 10 pages only, you will get the idea where when it is needed to be download, it is needed to be submitted and all. If still you have issues regarding the same, you can ask the same in by mail to your regional center, or in these sessions you can ask that.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for the
Yeah,
information.
sure.
Sir, hello.
Yeah, yeah,
2020, 2024 assignment and 2025 assignment is there. So which one we have to write actually? We are
if
24.
you are a yearly program and you have to give examination in June,
Yeah.
you are eligible for examination in June. You have to write 2025 assignments, which are the latest ones.
Okay.
If you are a semester based program, then you can go for 2024 also, but it will totally depend on which type of program you are currently enrolled in. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other queries? If the learners do not have any other queries, the resource person have already ended the session. We can close the session for now, for today.
I think we should end the session now. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay, Shok sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചല്ലോ.